if you like messing around on boats, boats electronics are going to mess around with you, especially if you like doing it on salt water. So I'm going to talk you through a little disaster I had, how that helped fix it, that, and this machine. So I'm going to take you deep undercover into the world of boat electronics. Not very deep, because I don't know much, but I'm going to take you along and show you what I have learned in this little experience. Any of you that do know more, I would ask you to add your comments to what you see me doing in this. So I had this ongoing problem with my trailer, so I decided to run the engines just to keep them sweet, and they both ran fine. But when I came to this panel and turned everything on, nothing came on except the engine. When I say I used this device, what I mean is I used a lot of friends to talk me through how to use this thing in the context of the electronics that exist on this boat. And this is thanks to a friend of mine called John Gale, who gave me the kind of long-lasting fix to the threat of these problems, regardless of what I replace it with in future. So this is the problem as it presented itself originally. Getting power clearly to all of the switches on the switch panel here, but not getting power through it. So no radio, and I've also got no Garmin, that's the Echosounder and the GPS, and there was also no nav lights. So I first removed the switch panel, just 4 screws, but make sure you switch off the master switch, otherwise something is going to short. I've used this stuff and I've had all of these both sides off and sprayed with the cleaner and then crimped a little bit. They're all snug, but nothing's working. So a few images sent through WhatsApp and a call to a friend called John Gale, who's my go-to, how the hell do I fix this guy? And he was talking to me how to get the readings on this meter. You can see after cleaning all of the switches and tightening up the connections with the electrical cleaner, you can see the can there in the corner, I was getting pretty much 12 volts through most of them, but on yet it didn't fix the problem. Now these figures were much better than originally showed, so this was about to be my false dawn that anybody who tries to fix things will be familiar with, where I thought I had fixed it, but I hadn't. We're all showing 12.5 volts roughly. So it was just electrical cleaner. Can't believe it. Yeah, that's right. Don't believe it. You live and learn. Yeah, well, that's true, but you ain't finished yet. So all I did was I disconnected the earth and the positive, disconnected all of these positives and sprayed it all with this. Clench them all down a little bit, and so far so good. So innocent. Now as we go through the course of this video, I am going to show you how exactly I had the meter set up, because they're all pretty standard and it's just worth understanding the basics of what you're looking at. It is as simple as the plus and minus on a battery. It's just you need to be able to decode the map of the layout in front of you, and that takes a little bit of thinking, but it's well worth getting the hang of, because if you lose stuff out at sea, this is something that I am glad to understand and be able to decode. This got a whole lot easier when I discovered that I can sit inside, because otherwise seeing up there is a real crooked job. So this is how the console looks from the inside. Up here is the switch panel that you've seen from the outside. Then over here is the steering. Up here is my radio, which wasn't getting power. And then up there is the Garmin, which is my GPS Echosounder. So now just to give you the layout of the electrics behind the panel, this is the earth. And along here, this bus bar across the top is the positive, or the equivalent of the red on your battery. And this would be the earth, or the equivalent of the black on your battery. So it is connected through to the earth by this gray wire. There it is, connected right across to that you could call it a bus, I guess, for the earth. Now, down here is the back of the switches, and they connect to the positive bus across the top with these red wires that run down. And then if you look in closely, you can see where the switch activates another little terminal in here. And it's that terminal that I'm going to measure essentially across this gap between what becomes the positive after it's switched on and the negative. Then these were the magic trick that my friend John came up with, which is, since this panel is defective, we've discovered that all of these switches have some level of corrosion in them. So we've switched over the essentials onto these temporary internal switches. So these are basically the magic trick. I would intend to keep a couple of these just in my tool kit, so that if ever I have an issue in future with terminals corroded, I can just pull the connectors off and stick them onto one of these, and that will get me safely home. This whole panel here is connected to the master switch. So once a master is off, everything is off. The master switch on this boat is wired in here on the transom. There's my fuel filter, and this would be master switch in the on position, and that would be it in the off. At no time during this did I ever lose power to the engine. So that tells you that it was only the electrical panel that was gone, because if I was losing everything, then you'd worry about the master switch. So here beneath the back seat is one trick. I've got a charger in there, and that's going to mean that any voltages that I measure during this fix is going to be a constant. Otherwise, it's very hard to figure out exactly what's going on. So this video is going to be just too simple for anybody who knows anything about electronics, but it's aimed at somebody like me who's just learning as I go along. And so with the meter on the 20 volt section, I can start measuring the voltage that I got here, and I just want to show you what my options are for measuring that. So the idea would be to get the black anywhere along the earth. So the earth runs all the way from here along that grey wire and all along this bus here, which goes across all of the switches. So the easy place would be to connect it up here somewhere on there, and then you're reaching in with your other hand to measure. I'll show you a switch that's still intact. So this is coming down from the bus. This is live, goes through the switch. When that's on, the voltage would flow between this one and that would be the earth. So by having the black over here and the red over here, then I can measure whether that switch is working. And those switches were not working. In other words, I was getting full voltage if I measured before the switch, and if I measured after the switch, I was getting anything from 4 to 10 and sometimes 12.5 volts after I used electrical cleaner. So I think electrical cleaner is a good solution in many cases, but what we've discovered through this whole process is that the failure is actually inside these switches, which in this case is due to the amount of C I've taken over this console over the time. One last very handy tip that I've learned from John is get yourself a set of these little crocodile clips, insulated, but what these allow you to do is make those connections with the meter much easier, because there's 3 points on a meter you have to hold, and I've only got 2 of these, so you can get the red and the black hooked up, or at least one of them with this, and then you can hold a meter and move along the switches as you're checking it out. Very, very handy. So that's my temporary fix, and in the long term, Brian, who sold me the boat, has offered me a new panel since it's only 3 years old, which is a great offer. But I might try and look at something that's likely to last a bit longer, so I don't have to use those emergency switches again. These problems are a pain, but I do think that there is an advantage in that over time you get to know your boat, you get better at fixing things if they fail when you're out on the water. That's the end goal. Know your boat, know your machine.